Welcome back. You found your perch. You've done the exercises, and now you're here. You're here and you're wondering, okay, how do I get to the top of the tower now? What is it that I need now? What are the next steps? What are those tactical steps? So what we're going to need is to equip ourselves. You see, when you go out into the woods, you go out camping, you're going to need a lantern. You're going to have your knives. You're going to have your boots. So in this case, in this journey, what is it that you're going to need when you find yourself all alone? When you're navigating through the darkness, when you're navigating through the chaos, when you're navigating divorce, when you're navigating your children not speaking back to you, when you're navigating your son or your daughter not wanting to come back with you and being with you, when you're navigating this constant fight and battles that you find yourself with as a divorced man, this is where the irreplaceable father brotherhood comes in. You're not alone, and you don't need to navigate this journey like I did, figuring things out on my own. And for the longest time, I never even shared with anyone else what I was going through or dealing with at a personal level. So you might find yourself in this situation right now, trying to figure out who to speak to, who to talk to, who you can get counsel from. Maybe you dealt with a psychologist, a therapist, a pastor, yet you still feel alone. Maybe you're willing to share just a little bits and pieces with some people, but you're wondering who else would get me here in this pit, in this point in my life. And this is where the irreplaceable father brotherhood comes in. So here's your assignment. I want you to go out into the community portal and tell us a little bit about yourself. Introduce yourself. Tell us about how many children you have. What is your relationship with your children like right now? And what would you like it to be? And at the same time, I want you to connect with 2 other brothers who are in the same journey and connect with them and share with them what your feedback is for them. You can encourage them. They can encourage you. And you get to meet other men who are in the same journey like you are. On top of that, you're going to be connected with an irreplaceable father who is going to be contacting you via text message and having a quick conversation about you, getting to know you and being there for you to support you throughout this journey. So go on over to the community portal right now and introduce yourself and connect with 2 other brothers. So what kind of communication would you like to have with your children? Think about that for a moment. Doing this exercise with other brothers and engaging with other men are the exact same skills required for you to actively listen and also provide constructive feedback and engaging with other men who are on this journey. So don't just go out there and post your thing and forget about anyone else. Engage with other men. See where they're at. See where you can chime in and have a 2-way conversation with them, a dialogue of where they're at. They're going to do the same for you. I remember one time having to deal with the transition of divorce and transition of having custody of my children and not knowing exactly who to communicate with. And this is where the brotherhood really became very clear for me and evident why it's so important. Is because the moment I would ask a man who was married and had children, you see, that kind of relationship and communication only gave me one type of perspective. The moment I engaged with another man who had been through divorce, who had been through the exact same experience I'd been through, gave me a completely different perspective. Those 2 levels of communication were very different. So I reached out to one of my friends and I said, hey, look, this is where I'm at. This is what I'm dealing with right now. I'm anxious. I'm actually scared. I don't even know what to do here. And just like that, the same thing. Later on, I saw myself finding struggles in pornography, finding myself in a dark pit where I didn't know how to escape that pit. And this is where an accountability, a brother that could keep me accountable and hold me to what I had said I was going to do, helped me out. He pointed me in the right direction. He gave me counsel on what to do next. And just like that, you may find yourself in different pits, different moments in time where you need to communicate with men who have been where you are at right now and where you're trying to go and can give you a different perspective. This is why the brotherhood is important. To recap, you have one assignment, and that is to go to the community center in this portal and introduce yourself. Tell us your name. Tell us where you're from, how many children you have, what is the relationship with your children like right now, and where would you like it to be ideally. And also, go ahead and engage with 2 other brothers who are in the same mission like you are right now. Now, if you thought this was intense, in Module 4, we're going to talk about the Father Code. Now, in Module 4 is where the real shift begins. That's where the action starts to happen. You're going to need the preparations you got here in Module 3 to survive what's in Module 4. But for now, it's time to go. Go ahead and complete your assignment now, and I'll see you in Module 4.